Now, I'm going to give you a not so independent choice. Actually, what I'm going to call an other dependent choice. And it was mine. So, now this is somewhat, it's not embarrassing for me now, but it's a pretty tough story to tell, and I've never actually told it, so this ought to be interesting. So, when I was at uni, my junior year, I remember, what's the dance when the girls ask the guy to the dance? Winter formal. Okay, so winter formal. Winter formal, is that coming out? It already went, right? You guys already have this? When was it? February. Okay, cool. So that is coming up. Now, of course, as a guy, it's a little bit odd. You're like, well, what do you just wait around? It's like reverse, right? Usually the guys want to ask the girl out and so forth. So I'm thinking, okay, I wonder if somebody's going to ask me out. Who's it going to be? And it ends up being the girl who asked me out. I kid you guys not. To me, she was the most beautiful girl in the whole school. And she was a senior. So I'm a junior. She's a senior. I swear, this is not just me messing around. I thought this girl was like the most beautiful girl in the school. And definitely one of the cooler girls in the school. Right? She asked me out to this dance. I'm like, this is pretty crazy. Yeah, I'll go. So I went to the dance. Now, a little backstory on me is that during high school, I always got decent grades in class, was pretty bright in my classes, but I didn't really care, as I said, I didn't really care that much about learning. So I was more playing football, and doing what I had to do to get the grades in school, but never anything extra. And on the weekends, I might go out and party. So what happened with this girl was mainly like I went to that dance, it was fun, and we'd see each other at parties, and maybe, the classic high school and then when you get to college, like hookups, something like that, right? That type of relationship. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because with this girl, one day, I thought to myself during this whole kind of normal high school and college, oh, you see a girl at a party, that type of thing, with this girl, her name was Amy. I thought, you know what? I actually like this girl. And, I think she's kind of beautiful and she's bright. And her birthday was coming up. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get her a birthday card, and a rose, and I'm going to go over to her house. And I'm going to give her this birthday card and a rose. And it was one of those moments where you're just like, damn, this is going to be good. You can picture it. It's like, oh, this is going to be amazing. So I drive my truck over. You got this cool truck. Actually says, I took off, Toyota in the back. It just says, yo, super cool, right? Super cool. And I drive over to her house with this card, with this rose, and this is me at my best, like independent, right? I just want to go over there. So I go up, and I just drove by, because I haven't been in Turtle Rock in years, man, but it was in the summer. So, there's a gated community. So I drive up, I got this smile on my face, and there's the gate guard, right? And he says, oh, can I help you? And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. There's a gate guard here. Oh yeah, I'm going to Amy's such and such house. She lives here. He looks at me and he says, oh, you're probably coming for her birthday party. Let me just check to see if your name's on the list. Now, let me tell you, so that it's not too embarrassing, I wasn't really that close to her at the time. We knew each other, so it's not insane that she wouldn't have invited me to this thing, However, I knew I wasn't on the list when she said, let me check if you're on the list, right? So he comes back and says, oh, you're not on the list. Do you want me to call up to the house? So, this is the situation I'm in, sitting in my truck. Now, mind you, I had a huge smile before this, and I had a rose and a card for a girl I actually was considering, like, hey, I'd like to take a chance. So, just like the last story, what would you do if you were me? Turn around. What else? Drive away. Okay, what else? Yeah? Okay, how many of you are going to drive away? How many are going to post this on Facebook and can you believe this? Snapchat? Okay, how many of you would say, yeah, call her? 1, 2. Okay, now I want you guys to know that if I were me now, I say, yeah, call her. Yeah, call her. I just call it, well, what I probably would do is call her myself. I'm not going to have the guard call her. Yeah, call her, make a fool out of me. I'd probably call and say, hey, Amy, I'm out here, just want to say hi. I heard you had a party going on because I'm at the gate here. I just want to say hi. Because what's the risk? What is the risk, guys? What's the risk? She wouldn't want me at the party, possibly? Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm creepy. I can tell you, all these thoughts are going through my head, and I'm looking at this guy, trying to be as calm as possible, thinking, what came to me really, guys, and I'm going to tell you straight what came to me. All that stuff about me liking her and really wanting to see if we can ever, everything's disappeared, and you know what came up? I'm showing up there with a rose and a card in front of all these people, and I'm going to look like a loser. Right? How many of you thinking that's basically what I would look like? Yeah. Well, who cares? So I can tell you based on after experience, if I would have went there, it probably would have been a positive experience. However, what I did was what most of you said you would do, and it's understandable. I said, I told the guard, I said, oh, don't worry, I'll give her a call. Got the heck out of there. And I didn't give her a call. Right? So I made what I would call an other dependence choice, right? I was very concerned about what other people would think of me. And what I missed out on is the potential for a sincere relationship. Yeah, it might not have gone right, and now with this girl, there's no doubt we would not have been a match. But the point is, I could have seen that. Right? So anyways, and after that, just to be straight, there were other parties with this girl. So this was not like I just like, oh, screw this girl, she's worthless or something. But it never became a sincere relationship, which it potentially could have been if I would have just said, you know what? Who cares what other people think? I'm gonna take a chance. Right? So choices in life. So some of yours. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but are there any choices, even small, big, that you're going to have to go up against in the next week, month or so, that you're going to have to think, am I going to make an independent decision? Or am I going to be super concerned about what other people are going to think about this decision? Are there any that you can think of right now? Yeah?
Which college to choose?
Oh, this is which college to choose? How many of you are in that situation right now? How many of you have parents that are telling you where you're going to go to school? Or at least maybe some of them aren't telling you, but inside they're like, you better go to that damn school, Yeah, how many of you have friends that are pressuring you to go to a certain school? How many of you have church members that might be pressuring you to go to school? Now, what I'm arguing here, guys, is to put all of them to the side and ask, what do you want to do independently? Right? Now, it's always good to get people's insight. I still ask some people that I'm really close to, hey, what do you think about this? But I always go with my judgment in the end now. It's taken many years to get to that point of making some pretty dependent choices. So, as we go through this, think about your own choices, right? Now, 2 examples. Discover the why behind the choices. Discover and discovery is something very interesting at uni and beyond. And I know for myself, what I wished I had done earlier is ask myself that question of, do you make choices based on what other people will think of you? And the why question is this. Whenever you make a choice or are planning to make a choice, the question I ask myself now is, why? I want to discover why I want to make that choice. If it's college, is this what I want to do with my life? Or is it, my mom has told me I'm going to be a tennis player since I was 4 years old, and I'm going to listen to her. So that why is super important. Two people I want to introduce, one very briefly. Rourke and Ruby. Rourke is a fictional character that basically changed my life. It started getting me to think like, man, this guy is pretty independent. I've never seen anybody like that. So I just want to share it with you because when I graduated from uni, about a month later I read this book with Rourke and it's called The Fountainhead. Major character's name is Howard Rourke. Awesome guy for me to look up to in that way. Independent choices. I don't have time to get into them, but I thought I'd throw that out there because that's where I started getting super engaged in learning and asking myself these why questions. The next one I can introduce you to, her name is Ruby. Now Ruby is 6 months old. And this video I'm going to show you is Ruby reaches for a toy. Now it's only about 2 to 3 minutes. As you look at it, think about to yourself. Ruby is not concerned in this video with what other people think of her. Okay? She's 6 months old. Now, she probably is not even aware other people are thinking of her at all, but just keep that in mind as you watch. Hopefully the video and audio come up. Okay. Now, I know some of you might, how many of you are thinking, why didn't she push the toy towards her? Is anyone thinking that or no? Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, underlying my philosophy in education is you don't want to do for a child what she can do for herself. Right? So you never want to help somebody if they don't need your help. So that's kind of the underlying philosophy behind this video. But for you guys, what I want to focus on is Ruby doesn't care about anybody else in that moment. All she cares about is succeeding at what she wants, and that's to get that toy. Right? So Ruby reaches for a toy and doesn't care who is watching. Now that video is that's almost 2.5 minutes of her trying to reach that toy. Now if we extend that to us as young adults and adults, how many of us would give up? Especially if somebody is watching, like, oh, I can't do this. So if we can act like Ruby in life, And not care if people are watching, but I want this toy. I'm going to get it. Oh, I'm going to look stupid if I fail? Great, who cares? I'll try it again. So focusing on what we want independently as opposed to other dependent, right? So she's a little hero here at 6 months. So anyways, the end here is cheers to your chosen life here at Uni and beyond. Thank you for having me. I don't know if anybody has any quick questions, or is everybody good? Yeah? Cool? All right. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm mainly focused on adults now, but yeah, I'm going to be a teacher for the rest of my life. I love doing it, so yeah. Thanks. Thanks, guys.